Hello everybody, happy Friday. Glad to see you. Of course my bird just started screaming. It went right on perfect course. I don't even know what to say. It's like the minute I go live, my house goes live. Anywho, how are you? Happy Good Friday. I see Judy's on here. Good to see you today. We're going to make a really cute card, but it's going to be easy. So with that, we're going to use the Hog Your Shine, and that comes with a really big high-jesting, a little peaker for pig or hog, however you want to say, but the sentiments are, so what's new? Don't let anyone hog your shine. You've got serious potential. I'm just here for the snacks. So you can make some really cute cards. I even thought about putting a graduation hat on them and making a graduation card. So, you know, just because a stamp set doesn't have the sentiment or the image that you want it to have for the occasion, doesn't mean that you can't use it for that. Like Justine and I were talking about like teacher cards, because it's getting to be the end of the year, and she's come from school. She just said that, you know, teachers have other interests besides just school, so you don't have to give them like an apple or you're my favorite teacher. I mean, it's great if you want to do those, but why not find out something about the teacher? Because, I mean, your kids are there, you know, more than their home. I feel like they've got guardianship over our kids more than we do in their younger life, so let's, you know, mix and match your stamps. So I am using Memento ink, and yes, we are going to have fun with this, because I am going to be Copic coloring, and we're going to stencil with the Sunburst stencil as well. So I don't know where my, oh, I do, look. We're going to use our piggy press for our piggy stamp. How cute is that? That wasn't even planned. I didn't know he was on my desk, to be honest with you. Did you like that? I had my glasses where I have a bubble in the sticky mat, so I'm not getting I always get that missing spot. So we're just going to stamp him up again. Just a little bit. Or I should say ink him. There we go. Nice and cute. Justine's saying she's a sucker for any card from the kids. I can see that. I would be a sucker for any cards from the kids too. Now normally with Memento, you don't have to you don't have to dry it, but because I double stamped it, I'm going to, because I'm going to ink blend on top as well. So, sorry. So, no embossing there, it's just that. It's just that I don't want my ink to smear. So I'm going to start with the eyes. I know that sounds weird. So I am going to zoom in real tight on him. Isn't he cute? And I think I'm going to give him green eyes. And I'm going to give him wicked green eyes. So, I don't know if anybody knows this. I had a pet potbelly. I got it for my stepdaughter, but her mom and I both shared custody of the pig, but I got it for her for graduation. So maybe that's why these cute little, maybe that's why graduation's on my heart. So I am just taking my lightest color and trying to make a circle, but I'm already messing that up because I'm trying to stay out of my head, out of the way of the camera. But I always say, if I love you enough to give you a handmade card, you're probably not going to complain about how perfect my coloring or my shapes are. What did Judy say? Judy Van Zandt is saying that got the cutest pig. Yeah, that is the cutest pig. I don't know. Are you talking about the pet press, or are you talking about Mr. Hogwarts here? I feel like I'm wanting to have bigger irises. I don't know why. When I told you I wanted to look, cray, we're doing it. All right. So now that I've got the lightest color in, I just mapped that in. So I am going to take my mid-tone color, which is YG17, and I'm going to go right across the center. I'm even coloring over the white dot in the pupil because we can put that in. And I'll just, for blendy situations, I'll go all the way to the top. Hey Tara, welcome, happy Good Friday. I always used to struggle with, why do they call this Good Friday? But if Jesus hadn't done what he did for us and hadn't gone through the sadness of Good Friday, then we wouldn't have fulfilled the prophecy of the first, the Old Testament, excuse me. So, ultimately what he did for us was pretty amazing, and it is a happy event. So, I'm very thankful for Good Friday, but it does sometimes seem weird to say happy. I don't know. So, I am going to use that YG17 just to blend a little bit more, because there's a huge difference between the 17 and the 67, and a huge difference between the 17 and the Y03. Okay? So if you're wondering what the difference with the numbering system of Copics are, like YG obviously means yellow-green. The 1 is the darkness of the pigment. The darkness of the pigment, and then it's the amount of alcohol. Wiping that out, it's the amount of alcohol blending solution that's in here, and then the 7 is how much pigment is in there. So the 6, 7, and the 17 have the same amount of pigment per se, but they have a much different amount of colorless blender in them. So that's why the Copic system is like that. I don't know why I was so tongue-tied with that explanation, but I was. And now we're going to add this C3, and we're going to kind of animate his eyes. It always looks so dark when you first put it in. Then you use your C1, and I'm going over that and extending. And that's going to actually make the eyes pop. If you don't like how dark it is, you can always come in with your colorless blender. Colorless blender is like one of your best friends. It helps blend, but it also helps move or erase some of the ink. It's really not a blender, it's an ink pusher. Alright, so there we go. Now I am going to give him some, I don't know, have you ever seen a pig with white teeth? I have not, so we're going to go in with some Y21. And I'm not coloring the whole thing in, just some. And then Y28, just to give him some tartar buildup. Alright. So I have an idea for this card, and we'll see if I can implement it in a timely manner. And if I can remember where I put everything. So, what's interesting about today is my husband's home. How did we ever do that? I don't know. But I think that might have been why Gracie was acting a fool. Trying to decide what colors I want to use for him. And we're probably going to use a scratched piece of paper to make that decision. So I pulled out R01, which is very peach. You're seeing the blue of my advertisement coming out from, from Expo. That's R02. This is E93. So that's almost the same color. And then E95. Wow, guys, these are almost exactly the same color. I need to pull out a scary dark. Yep, we're going to use an E13. So we're going to be using the Sunburst, so we're going to be using saltwater taffy and squeezed lemonade. So that's why I'm going with that peach-ish color. I'm not completely crazy. I'm close to it, Justine, but not quite. So I'm using E13. She's agreeing with me now that she knows what colors I'm using. So where the artist has put in shadow, which you're very lucky with this, we might even put in a darker one. We're going to put in the E13. Yep, but I'm super excited that my husband just got home. He's, I think, off for the weekend. He went in, he actually came home yesterday afternoon. I don't know, about 3 o'clock. Slept until 1 a.m., went in and worked until, I guess, now-ish, because he had some stuff that he wanted to get done, but he wanted to be home for the holiday weekend. Alright, so you see how he's I kind of mapped out the shadows. We could do that on his hoofs. Gosh, she's so cute. More stamps like this one, please. Okay, girls. I know that Justine and Judy have already seen the stamps that are coming out in a few weeks. I forgot to put my rings on. I forgot to put my Band-Aid on. My ate-up fingernail. Ugh. Can't take me anywhere. Anyway. But our stamp's coming out, I think, what is it, around the 15th or whatever. It are so dang cute. I can honestly say I'm very, very proud of them. Did you like them, Judy? She says she saw them. actually April and May's. You guys have seen now, and in my opinion, they're very, 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 very cute. But everybody expects me to say that because it's my company. And I picked them out and worked with them and did all those things. This is R01. Hey Justine, since you've got moderation skills or powers, would you mind dropping the link to this stamp set? So it looked like this one was sold out, but my counting ability was not working this morning, and there are a few left, so they are on the website. I just thought I'd share, since we were all kind of celebrating that it was sold out. And I almost changed my YouTube live today because I was like, I'm not going to use a stamp that's not in stock. But guess what? It's here. Alright, so those our colors did not have a lot of pigment in them. So I am going to go back with this E13, and I'm going to really put some shadows in there to make his eyes and everything stand out. Thanks, Justine, for grabbing that link. So tell me, what are your plans this weekend, if anybody has any? Sean and I will go to the Garden of Hope, which is a replica of Jesus's tomb. They do have a sunrise service, but I can say I have never been to it. Sean was as a kid, because his church as a kid used to actually maintain it. I don't know if that church still maintains it or if it's somebody else at this point. But we always go just because it seems like the thing to do on Easter. I am going to switch up his colors just a little bit on his nose, just because I want it to be a little bit different. So this is the E11, and this is, so Judy's doing a barbecue with her kids on Sunday. That's awesome. That's an E70. I need to totally refill my markers. Alright, so let's see if this E11 plays nice as we blend over it. And it does. Justine, if you didn't host that Easter in your family after all the work that your poor husband has done, I would say that you'd be in trouble. So congratulations on getting your dining room and done. I mean, gosh, you guys have worked so hard on that. So I'm just kind of putting that E71 in there. Justine was holding 16-foot crown molding up in the air for hours the other day to get ready for Easter, which is amazing. So they've been working on this renovation forever, and her husband wanted to host Easter. she was okay. Sounds like we've got um, an end date for this. So congratulations to her husband and her for getting that done. Flippin' amazing. And I love that they worked on it together. Just so cute. Alright, that was the E11. And I'm going to go in as bold as E01. And I'm going to fill in that lightest area. So you kind of have to splotchy nose. That's what my pig looked like. I mean, I know not many people can say, oh, this is what my pig looked like, but mine did. So cute. You have a lot of work left to do, but enough to host. Well, that's the best part, is that you're done. So I'm bringing in R12 or R11 to do his ears, which again, it's almost the same colors, you guys. Alright, so I'm going to talk about a good way to do shadows. If you really want to take your coloring to the next level. So I always call BB 23 and 25 like the magic chameleon colors of Copics. So I use a lot of shadows with this because it kind of takes on the colors of what's there. So I'm doing a really big, like, thick line around it, and I just added a lot of shadow, but you really cannot say, oh my god, she used a blue violet. And I'm putting one around the paw here where it's overhanging the face. I did it around the tooth. And I'm going to do it down here where the ear kind of does its little thing-a-bob. How cute. That was a BB 23. Now I'm going to go in less heavy, and I'm going to put the 25 in because I really want these areas to stick out. So normally I do my scary dark first, but I clearly was the scaredy cat. How cute. Alright. Now I'm living on the edge, you guys. I'm always living on the edge. I did get some pink into that eye. We don't want him to have an infection. So we're going to fix that. We are going to use our stencil. And I am putting it right over him. That's why I say we're living on the edge. Actually, I'm going to put it, nope, I just want it to be behind him. You guys get to see it in action, me not knowing what I'm doing. That's pretty much every week though, isn't it? And let's find my pink. Alright. Trying to find my the right colored blending brush, and I just threw 2 of them on the floor, which is very dangerous these days with the Huskies, because if it's on the floor they think it's theirs for the taking. So I am going to start with Squeezed Lemonade. You're putting the siding in the roof is next on the list. Oh my goodness. You are one brave soul, my friend. Okay. Well, I guess it would help if I was on camera. We're gonna zoom out just a hair. So that's what we're doing. I'm picking up this squeezed lemonade. Mine probably needs to be re-inked, or else I wouldn't be going crazy, like going deep into it. So the reason I am not masking this is because he's got all of that like fuzzy hair at the top of his head. So that would imply that you would see the sun through it, at least if he's a, balding like a middle-aged man or something. So this is our sunburst stencil. And the reason I designed it the way I did was that you can use it multiple angles and you can put the sunshine wherever you want. So if you want it like behind the mountains, you would do it exactly the way I'm doing it right this second with him. Or if you want it from the side, you would use these other ones that are shorter. So it's just a very versatile sun stencil. That way you don't need to buy like 5 or 3 different positioned ones. I mean, I know they're all out on the market, but why have that many? All you have to do is make one that's offset. And I'm going to come down here. I swear I hear from no one all morning until I'm trying to watch the lives. That's how my life was. Sean called me at 12:44 to tell me he was on his live, or that he was on his way, because he wanted to be home before I was live. I'm like, great, so you'll be walking in right when I started, so everybody starts barking and screeching and whatever all the animals are doing. So I am going to use this. This is our microfiber cloths that I sell in the store. I normally really just sell them at shows. But they are on the website, and they all have funny or cute little crafting sayings on them. Like this one says, eat, sleep, craft, repeat, and it says Pajama Crafter Stamps. One says like crafting queen or something like that. So let's continue to wipe that off. So basically I'm wiping it off while it was still in place. That way we didn't have so we weren't smearing the ink. I'm trying to get this lined up exactly the way it was. And now I'm twisting it, rotating it just a hair. And we're going to repeat the process. I am trying to really get this lined up because, okay, it was more straight. Okay. There we go. You got this is painful watching this, isn't it? I just moved my paper. This is like comedy hour. You guys should come here just to be entertained with my craziness. Alright, now I'm going to use my orange blending brush. I have these little things on there. And the reason I'm doing that is because my pink actually has like hot pink on it right now, like they picked raspberry. And it would just not, I mean, it would still work, but wouldn't be the same. So this is going to turn out to be kind of a matchy-matchy card with the pig, and it's fine. And the reason I'm doing the Distress Oxide inks after my Copic coloring is because you can't use pigment inks and Copics together. So, meaning you'll ruin your nib if you get pigment ink on it. No, I will not be at the one at Nashville. I went to it. I actually taught at it one year. It's a lot of fun, but no, it's right smack in the middle of show season, and nope. I will be at Paperganza, so I can hang out with Justine and Tiffany and Melanie and 160 other people. Isn't he cute? I love him. Okay, sorry. I just always dance when I make something I really love. But you'll have a good time, Tara, and if I were you, I would take like a day or so and see Nashville while you're there. Nashville's fun. I can't remember which one of the bars I like. Always, Blake Shelton's is always fun. I think it's the Red Dog, or I don't know. But they all have live music, and it's amazing. And then the little town of Franklin is so much fun. A lot of shopping and like boutiques. So I would make it into something like a vacation of sorts. I am going to. You're gonna go. Awesome. I'm so glad you're gonna be at CR. That's amazing. I finally get to meet you in person. All right, I'm taking this down to 5. No chakra. Actually, I'm going to cut that little edge off that's not straight. I didn't get my edges all the way straight. All right, now I'm going to take it down to 5. And I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off of each side. Because you know I like me a thick border. And because I need something down here, we're gonna just make it yellow. Because I like it looking like he's like sitting on the table, or I don't know, maybe he's sitting on the sign, I don't know. Shoot, you decide. Alright, so Angie Bodie made a card with bows. I have this. I feel like this is way too thick, but let's just see how this will work. I need to find my scissors. The scissors are always an issue. Yes, I know that this is way too big of a bow, or too big of a piece of ribbon for a tiny bow, but let's see if this will work. I would say that skinnier. Oh my gosh, you guys, I never make bows on camera, because it's like watching a monkey. But I'll be your monkey today. It's during your anniversary. That's a great way to celebrate an anniversary. I think we've been at shows for our anniversary almost every season. So, God, you guys, it's way too big. Oh, do we do it? Let's see. Do we do it? Is it too big? It's too big. I'm still playing with it. I think Angie's were pre-made bows. That's what I wish I had going on right now. What are you saying yes to? One big one maybe? I hate the way this looks. Not loving this. I'm unwinding my glue gun right now. We're gonna do this, and I think I might. Oh my gosh, it just fell. Let's start over. Let's get a bigger piece of ribbon, or another piece of ribbon. Let's just do one. Let's do this again as quickly as I know that there's like a really spiffy way to make bows, but I can make a huge like tree topper bow all day long. Like for my church, I make the bows like for weddings and to decorate for Christmas and stuff like that. But I can't do these stupid bows for nothing, especially on camera. Oh my gosh. I just want it to be cute. It's still cute. We'll just use this. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's okay. Okay. All right, we're back. We're back in. We're back on. No more screwing with that stuff. Let's take our piggy out. So I made this stamp set because I think it's been a trend lately for people to like try to hog people, like to like put them down or just not to be nice. And so I'm just making this so that everybody knows that don't be hogging somebody else's shine. Like, do you, boo, be happy about it? I mean, obviously, if I want it to be legal. I'm not going to tell you to do something illegal or something that's hurtful. But, you know, I think this is just a really good reminder. Is that going to be 1, 2? We need to move this over just a hair. Okay, starting over. We just need to give this as a reminder to people. And when I say people, I'm talking about like somebody that you care about, that they're special, and whatever it is that they're doing, just encourage somebody, because man, it's hard enough as it is these days in this world. Okay, I'm using my Pink and Main embossing tool. I think they came out with a new one too, so you might want to check that out over there. But I've got their old one, which is perfection for what I'm doing. Where is my ink? Where is my ink? I had it. There it is, right in front of me. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. That would have been a cute one for the new stamp book that's coming out. Don't hog your shine, anybody. just know that you are worthy and keep doing what you're doing because nobody else can do it like you. And I am going to stamp that up one more time. And then we're going to heat emboss it. And the reason we're heat embossing it is because it's a pigment ink. Even though it's a fast acting pigment ink, I am going to be manhandling this card for a few minutes. So let's get her done. Here's my clear embossing powder, and I don't care if it sticks to my to any of my distress oxides or to the sun beams because it's clear, and I mean it is sunshine. Sunshine is shiny, so who am I to say it can't be glossy and shiny? All right, so we're gonna heat emboss this. Okay, so I am going to use my mouse pad. Now you guys can use a die or use I wonder if my crocodile fits. Alright, let's see something. Because if the crocodile works, then we don't have to poke a hole in my... So I am using my crocodile, and I put a hole in its ear. I tagged it. Now to find my spinners. Where's my spinners? If y'all can see this desk. When you're doing a live, it's a mess. Okay, so we have spinners. So you get 15 snaps or spinners to a pack. They look like this, they're clear. And they're $3.99 for 15 of them. So let's just see if this hole is big enough. It is not, so we are still going to maybe use that crocodile one more time. So I used the biggest hole. And I'm just making it a little bit oblong. So there are like circle dies meant for this. There are a lot of them on the market, but okay, now that they're clear, I can't see them. And they all just disappeared. Y'all can laugh all that you want. It's fine. They're like in my lap. I just need to get this hole big enough. I'm going to get the pokey tool out. Again, I am making this way harder on myself than I need to. It's just that I don't have the die out yet. I want it to be just a hair bigger, the hole, so it spins. So that the Inky Stamper has a really nice die that does this for you. And we have one in the works. And the one, and like Whimsy's got some, so there's a couple companies out there that if you have to have it now, you've got it. Okay. So now it's in there, and it moves freely. I'm trying to like make that hole a little bit bigger. There it goes, it spins. All right. So our next thing is we're going to put foam tape on it so it spins a little bit more freely. So normally I would use like a foam sheet. Man, words are hard. I would use a foam sheet and already have adhesive on the back. But I don't want it to interfere with the spinner. So whatever foam tape you like, go for it. This is just some cheap stuff off of Amazon. And my glue is, my scissors are full of like regular adhesive right now, so they are not wanting to cut very well. So whatever, it's fine. When the heart wants what the heart wants, you make it happen, you know? Alright. Gonna peel that off. Tara, I think it's cute too. Very, very cute. I just burnt myself. Ugh. I'm not used to there being something hot on my desk. Alright, I always put glue on my foam tape. Not because I don't trust the foam tape, but because I don't trust myself to get my layers on straight. Girls, I just need to treat myself to a new glue bottle. Mine has gotten so gunky with all the make and takes that I do that I can't even screw the lid off. So we're down to the bottom of it and can't do anything. Always forget the foam. And I want to give this a really good score. Alright, so since I got hot glue on the front of this card because, you know, it's dripping everywhere. Now it's dripping on my markers, but, you know, it's fine. Okay, the reason I got the glue gun out is for the bow, which, again, I would like to put 2 of them. And we're gonna put a dollop of glue on there. Normally you could just use just like a glue dot, but this is gonna go to a show, like a lot of shows. So I want, first of all, I want this off my desk so I don't continue to burn myself. Okay. And then we're gonna stick it on there for instant gratification. And we'll let her dry. Oh my God. So cute. So cute. And you know that since I'm using my cold box cardstock, we need to put a liner inside the card. How many of you actually finish your cards, or do you just do card fronts? I always put them on a card base, personally, because I like to send mine out eventually. A lot of them go up on the booth, and I make a thick card, and I use like 120 pound cardstock for my card bases. So literally, that is not our cold cardstock. That is something from my stash. And once I saw the shine, I knew it wasn't our cold. So it makes it really heavy for my boards, but yeah. You still have to put a liner in there, so eventually I will not sell this card, I will send this card off. Now for the part that everybody's wanted to see, our little bow spins. So I think like 2 layer, like a double thickness of cardstock would be pretty too. Let's see what we've got here. This is our ballet confetti embellishments. And let's go hog wild. Let's see. There's the cookie tool. There's the glue that is wanting to make my life difficult. And these are shiny, but they're not opaque, so you can see some things through them. They're see-through is what I'm trying to say. Gosh, that would have been the easiest way to say that. They're see-through. So you don't necessarily, it doesn't hide what's underneath it. So if you're trying to hide mistakes, not going to happen. I feel like I need like a little red heart up there. So I love our jewel picker, or our crafter's wand is what we have them listed as, because I have tried a lot of them out there on the market and they just don't pick up. And there's nothing that makes me crazier than when the wax tip does not work. So I found one that I really like, and I use it all the time. And I'm just putting it there just to balance on the right side to balance that off. But look at him. Isn't he cute? I want to make his tooth a little bit dirtier. Dirty. He's a dirty little pig. Embellishments are life, is what Justine said. And I'm doing this as like a toenail, and so I'm just making it brown. What do you guys think? Is it cute? Or did I waste my time today? I don't think hanging out with you guys is never a waste of time. But I would definitely recommend a dye over the crocodile, just because it'll make your life easier and that'll spin more. Okay, I love him. So let's zoom in just there. And that's our card. I love. Oh, we need to do curls. It wouldn't be a card without some white spots in it. So I colored in that white spot on the pupil. So when you put these on opposite sides and not in the same place, the dots in the eyes, it actually makes them look cross-eyed, but he's kind of got that cross-eyed look anyway. I just love him. He's just so cute. Okay. We're going to leave well enough alone. All right. Just a hair. Sorry. Okay. You guys, I think this is it. I don't have anything else going on today other than my marker lid just hit the floor. So I have to find that out. I had to find that before the, before the paint marker dries. So that's it. I hope you have a very happy Easter and that you're with loved ones, however you celebrate. I truly hope that all the stores in the United States shut down like they should and celebrate Easter, but they never do. Well, some of them do, but I think they all should. I think we should go back to the days when grocery stores weren't open up 24 hours a day, and that we can do that. So I do appreciate it. We are going to spend our time, like I said, at the Garden of Hope and at our church service for Easter, and I'm sure we'll make something. I'll be making sourdough because I always make sourdough. So, all right, thank you guys. I love you. See you on Tuesday, God willing. Bye. If the mouse will work. See, I can't work anything out. I can't even end a live.